up at 11, the longest ever government shutdown is finally over. But that doesn't mean everything is back to normal yet. We'll explain.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Caroline Mueller. The longest federal government shutdown in U.S. history is now over, but it will take time to get all of the services back up and running and federal workers to get their back pay. Erica Brown has more from Capitol Hill.
In the hours after the government reopened, federal employees across Washington returned to work.
I hope we can all agree that the government should never be shut down again.
The spending bill signed by President Trump will now fund the government through the end of January, guarantee back pay for essential workers, and reverse layoffs of federal employees. The measure also funds SNAP benefits for a full year. The White House says government workers could start getting back pay as soon as this weekend, and the nearly 42 million Americans relying on SNAP benefits should receive payments within days. But there is still some uncertainty for travelers, with FAA flight restrictions still in place at major airports for now. But travel disruptions are winding down as air traffic controllers return to work.
I just want to get home safely.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says some TSA officers who showed, quote, exemplary service during the shutdown will be rewarded a $10,000 bonus.
They went above and beyond. They helped individuals. They served extra shifts. They helped with transportation of people getting back and forth to work, other challenges that families may have.
Here on Capitol Hill, the fight over health care continues, with Democrats still pushing for extensions to Affordable Care Act subsidies they say will be critical to keeping health insurance premium costs down.
Tax credits expire on December 31st, and we will stay on this issue.
And I said, as soon as the government was open, we would turn our attention to health care and all the other issues that are out there.
Over in the Senate, lawmakers are expected to hold a vote on health care next month. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
On Friday, the Smithsonian will reopen its American History and Airspace museums. And once again, the longest government shutdown in U.S. history officially ended after 43 days. While some were asking what comes next, others asked, how can we help? Many local food pantries throughout eastern Kentucky have seen an increased number of residents in need. Officials at the Community Care Center in Laurel County say on a normal monthly basis, they help 415 families. Since the shutdown, that number has gone up to 515 families.
So we've been kind of scrambling to have enough food. But the residents of Laurel County are just amazing. People have just been coming in their cars and bringing a couple bags, and saying, here, we want to help.
Local food banks say they will continue to support those in need until SNAP funding is restored. And now that the federal government shutdown is over, some Kentuckians who receive SNAP want to know when they'll get their full benefits. A Grant County woman tells us only $50 made it to her SNAP benefit card, a far cry from her full allotment. In Lexington, Karen Clay says her SNAP benefit has been reduced by 35%, and she's now wondering how she'll stretch out the money. Madison Porter and photojournalist Darnell Crenshaw spoke to the single mother of three.
I've learned that the federal government has now provided the guidance we need to start our state work on providing full benefits under the SNAP program.
Karen Clay wants to know when it'll happen. As of Thursday, her SNAP app doesn't show good news about her balance.
Zero, nothing. No safety net. You can't go to nobody else for help, and I have no change laying around here to try to get food for my children.
There's some good news for Clay and her three children. The app indicates more than $600 in SNAP benefits is coming her way on November 19th. But the problem is that's about $300 short of what she normally gets. It's time to make things stretch.
I haven't taken anything out for dinner today. This is what I have. I still got my garlic bread and my hamburger roll.
Clay watches the news for updates, not only on SNAP, but
the health insurance.
She falls under the Affordable Care Act, goes to the doctor once a month with 0 monthly payments and no copays. The vote to reopen up the government was held up by what Democrats called a significant hike in future health care premiums.
They need to go in today and vote on this health insurance.
Clay sums up what's going on in the government.
If the country is not healthy, if the people is not healthy, the country is not healthy.
But right now, this Tate's Creek woman is just trying to keep the cupboards full.
Beans, you can't survive off of these. I always keep beans.
In Lexington, with photojournalist Darnell Crenshaw, Madison Porter, WKYT.
Clay says she will continue to check her app and see if and when her full SNAP benefits will hit her debit card. With the ongoing concerns about food insecurity throughout the region, several businesses are trying to do their part to help those in need. Sanctuary on 2nd and Sippin' on 2nd, located in Williamson, West Virginia, created a food distribution program to feed hungry neighbors as issues with SNAP funding continue as the cold weather enters the mountains this holiday season. The business is providing free warm meals and grocery bags daily, with donations pouring in from area supporters to keep the food flowing.
Spend their hard-earned money here and to basically become our family. We have customers every day that we see, and we just want to be able to help the community as much as they've helped us.
Workers say the community is doing the heavy lifting, and they are blessed to be part of the mission.
My goodness, we had a beautiful day throughout eastern Kentucky. Temperatures were in the mid to upper 60s. That trend will continue as we go throughout the day on Friday. Here's a look at the satellite radar. You can see not a cloud in the sky right now throughout not just eastern Kentucky, but pretty much the entire Commonwealth. High pressure is in control. You can see we're on the leading edge of it. That's what's keeping that wind out of the north and the northwest. And temperatures right now reflecting that in the 30s and 40s. We're in the mid 40s from Prestonsburg to Pikeville, 30s from Clintwood to Whitesburg. Hazards at 37, London's at 37, 39 is the current temperature in Somerset. If you have plans over the next several hours, make sure you have that WYMT First Alert weather app on your device. We'll see clear skies from top to bottom by 6 a.m. We'll see temperatures in the mid 30s, but rain chances are in the forecast. Details in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Caroline.
Sounds good, Eric. Thank you. What started as a domestic violence call quickly escalated into tense moments for police and a 2-hour standoff in Nicholasville this morning. Nicholasville Police Public Information Officer Sam Wade says the call came in around 9:30 this morning, originally for reported domestic violence. The suspect is 56-year-old Terry Travis. Wade says as Travis drove away, he hit one of the police cars. While nobody was hurt, the officers believe it was intentional.
It proves to us as officers that we always need to be aware of our surroundings and just safety in general, because people can be unpredictable at times.
Because of the damage to Travis's car, it stalled and would not run. Wade says Travis ran back home and barricaded himself and his partner inside. Police had the cars towed so they could set up a perimeter around the house. Travis faces 11 charges, including 3 counts of wanton endangerment to a police officer. 2 former town officials receiving their sentences in court today after pleading guilty to embezzlement. Former Fort Gay Mayor Joetta Hatfield and former treasurer and recorder Sheila Bowen were both sentenced to 1 to 10 years in prison. Both pleaded guilty to felony embezzlement. The 2 admitted to intentionally misdirecting more than $370,000 of Fort Gay's public funds over a 7-year period. A woman was arrested following an incident where she reportedly pointed a gun at people in the Hazard Walmart parking lot. Hazard police responded to the call at approximately 10 this morning about the woman cursing at employees, which also involved a verbal altercation with occupants of a nearby vehicle. Police later took the woman into custody. She was charged with disorderly conduct and wanton endangerment. Her name was not released. A woman was arrested after she was accused of using a kid to smuggle drugs into a Martin County prison. Shakari Carter was accused of providing her daughter with drugs to give an inmate. Police have been monitoring her after they say she was acting suspicious. The inmate tried to use the child as a way to hide what was going on so he could not be spotted getting the drugs out of the child's pocket. The incident happened back in April, but police arrested Carter on an indictment warrant recently. New information this evening regarding the high-profile case of the man convicted of stabbing a 6-year-old to death. We have learned that Ronald Exantis has waived his right to a final revocation hearing. That was initially scheduled for tomorrow. The Justice and Public Safety Cabinet says Exantis submitted a written waiver declining a hearing and admitting to violating his release on mandatory re-entry supervision. The Kentucky Parole Board will conduct a full file review on November 20th before making a decision on what happens next. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, a shocking reality for Kentucky's children. Find out why our state has one of the nation's highest child abuse rates and who's fighting to change it.
And in the world of weather, it's quiet now, but rain chances are in the forecast. Details coming up.